welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. And today we are reviewing Murderbot Season 1. Well, I don't know if they're going to have another season, but Season 1. And the premise of the show is essentially, it's like this, I don't know, security bots. I think that's what they call, well they call them, they're like sec units, that's what they call them. But they're like security bots. There's a security bot that is basically like on like a, I don't know what patrol or something like this. He's like a fuck, I'm butchering this explanation, but so there's this one sick unit. He's an older version of the security bots. There's a newer version that's come out, so his version is essentially going to be replaced. So he knows his time is kind of limited, and he's kind of like trying to get his module hacked so that he can think for himself and he can be like just like an active, like kind of like an android in a way, where he doesn't have that. The module basically essentially like makes him a security bot, like just obeys orders, blah blah blah. So he essentially hacks his module, and then he's now thinking about, okay, how does he get off the planet or wherever they are to escape so that he can, live his life. Before that happens, there is a little colony, like a little group of scientists that are going to the company. I can't remember what they're called, and essentially they are like looking for like support from this company. So the company says, okay, they can support them with their research, but they need to take a sec unit with them, and they're gonna have to pay for the unit. So they go for Murderbot, who's just the cheaper version because they don't have money. So he gets roped into having to look after them and essentially protect them, and then that's kind of how the whole journey unfolds. He's with them, and then one thing leads to another. Without getting into spoilers, and then the journey goes on from there. And they start to realize there's something wrong with this bot. Like, he's not acting like a normal sec unit. So that's essentially kind of like what the plot is. He's trying to like escape the whole time. Well, not the whole time, but in his head, he wants to kind of like go live out his own thing. There's this cool thing. It's kind of like a Star Trek series, that he's actually like, when he stands still and they think he's just like being a bot, he's just sitting and watching this TV show. It's very much like a Star Trek kind of series, and he's just kind of like watching. I think he's saying he watched something like 19 seasons of the show, just standing there like watching, and they just thought he was like on patrol or some shit, like, or like scanning the perimeter, which I thought was kind of funny. This is labeled as like an action comedy. The action scenes I don't think is too bad, like the fighting and whatnot. I didn't think it was too bad. The comedy, it's like very light comedy, I would say. It's not something where you're gonna slap your knee and be like, oh my god, that really got me, that's a good joke. It's just like light comedy. It's like very light, like something stupid will happen or someone will say something and you'll be like, it's kind of funny. But yeah, so it's not a bad series. I think it is a pretty decent series. Like, I think it's just one of those series that it's like, if you don't know what to watch, you don't have anything to watch, it's not a bad watch. It's only 20 between 20 something minutes and 30 minutes an episode, so it's not gonna take amounts of your time. I originally thought this was gonna be like the usual time where it's like 50 to an hour an episode, or 45 minutes to an hour episodes, but no, it was a lot shorter. So I think they did very well with making it short, because it's not like when you're watching the series you feel like some things, like they definitely cut stuff out. I think it kind of flowed very, very well. What would I give this out of 10? I think I'd give Murderbot probably like a 7 out of 10. I think it's a solid watch. I didn't say I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was good. I thought it was decent. I think good is maybe 7 is. I think 7 is fair. I think it's a decent watch. Like I said, if you maybe short on time, you don't really want to have time to watch those 45 minutes to an hour series. This is pretty nice. It's a 25 to 30 minutes an episode. There's only 10 episodes, so I mean, I binge watched it in a day. It was decent. I thought it was decent. I like the concept of the show. But anyway, that's going to be it for the review of Murderbot. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite scenes and parts of the show was and what you overall thought of the show. Very interesting to see those comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.